1, 2, 3, 4. Palapalooza, Palapalooza. We're talking to you. I'm Palapalooza.
You could tell by the way he holds his smile, it's clear to see this kid's starstruck. From his pocket he pulls a dream out and says, tell me what you...
Should we sing to him, Nick? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Shot.
Happy birthday, dear Michael. Happy birthday to you.
That was in B, kinda.
Yeah, that was kind of in B. Mike, put your cans on. Welcome to Palapalooza, ladies and gentlemen. This week we are featuring Mr. Mike Rosedale. Make some noise. Mike, what is your last name, buddy?
Liorti.
Mike Liorti of the band Rosedale.
Yeah, it's very similar to Nick's last name.
Yeah, it is. And your band names are similar as well, Mainsail, Rosedale. And we also have Nick Lanari of Mainsail, dude. Welcome, guys. We just had our Midnight Jack show together, at which you guys collaborated your acoustic sesh, which was amazing. And you guys are doing that often, right? That's a new circuit
we did about 3. We would have done 4, but I had to fly home last week for my grandma's funeral.
Sorry to hear that, buddy.
It's all good. It was more of a celebration. She was like 93.
Wow,
so,
that's a long life.
Yeah, I had to go home for that and see everybody I don't normally get to see, but...
Right. Where is home?
Toronto.
So you're from Toronto, and I've seen that you've played a lot of East Coast shows. Right? Am I looking at the right Rosedale?
Probably.
New York, Virginia, all over the East Coast?
Yeah,
awesome, dude.
I play a lot in Virginia, Georgia.
Yeah, very cool. So what brings you to San Diego, and how did you and Mr. Lanari meet up?
We met through a show that I booked at Soma almost 2 years ago, maybe a year.
No, it was November 2017, so a year and a half.
A little over a year ago.
Yeah.
Okay, Soma, all ages here in San Diego. Cool.
Yeah, and that was about the 3rd time I played there, maybe the 2nd time. And I'm always just looking for local bands everywhere I've been touring, and somebody suggested them, and Nick was immediately like super cool. He's like, hey man, can you like learn a song of ours and come up and sing with us? And I was like, yeah, I love doing that kind of stuff.
Totally.
Awesome.
I like to check out the bands that hit us up for shows, and to see kind of what level they are, or whatever you want to say, just kind of how they sound, and like right away I was like, this guy freaking rocks.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And stuff, when that happens, you just get super stoked. And
Rosedale, yeah, you guys, similar style, I would say, too. Just great songs, not too heavy, great melodies.
We definitely grew up
lyrics.
Listening to the same bands.
Totally.
You did.
Crazy.
And who were those bands?
A lot of Blink-182, Angels and Airwaves.
I hear
Boxcar.
Death Cab in your voice. Are you?
Yeah,
and I know you guys did that. Follow You Into the Dark, right?
I
At
did
the show?
that.
You did that.
I sound checked with that.
I think we both.
So I'm wondering if that's why I'm thinking
yeah.
that, but I do hear that in your voice a little bit.
Yeah, I know so many Death Cab covers,
Right.
and I'm a huge fan.
I love
as
them.
You can see my arm, but
all the essentials,
What is on your arm? I'm not that huge into Death Cab. Is that
this
cover
is
art?
Transatlanticism cover art. Yeah.
Okay. Wow, cool, dude.
And then basically all these bands, the U's, the Ataris, Angels, Blink, Boxcar.
Right.
We all we can probably play those albums front to back together.
Yeah.
Give us an hour.
What was What was the Mainsail song that you played at Soma?
Photographs.
Okay.
Yeah.
A banger.
Oh,
A good one. A very good song. So just randomly, you came out to San Diego, you looked up Mainsail, or were you doing like a West Coast tour when you first came out here?
So, since the release of my self-titled album, I've probably toured out here about 5 times. So
wow.
I'll do like 70, 80 shows to get here and back.
Wow.
Because it's so far. And along
Holy
those
shit,
tours,
dude.
there's been so many cool cities and so many cool places and so many not so cool places that I was like, if I'm gonna like start over and start fresh with something new, as I have to because of the name issues and whatnot.
And we'll get to that.
Yeah, I was just like, I want to do it where like I feel like I belong the most, and I feel like the music scene is going in the most positive direction. And honestly, San Diego has
really
felt like that every single time I'm here.
Of all the cities you've toured.
Yeah.
Wow. And you go on 70-date tours? Did I hear that correctly?
Sometimes over 100. Yeah, it depends.
Do you ever go home?
I'll go home for like a month to 3 months just to write and get ready for the next one. But it's kind of become my full-time thing. The sad part of it is I've become more of a promoter, and I'm not into that.
Right, and I get that vibe, being a musician and a promoter. Yeah, I mean,
there's a lot of things you got to do that you don't want to do.
Right.
For any
promoting
art.
other bands' shows or Rosedale shows.
My own, but sure. I end up promoting the other bands more than even promoting myself, because I'm trying to get locals in the door so that I can pay for my gas.
Right,
and
thank you for doing that.
No, it's a thank all the local bands for putting up with it and basically giving me an opportunity to play for people. But it's become to the point where I'll order like 100, 200 tickets from a local printer and have the local bands pick them up and then sell them for the show.
Wow.
And they're happy because they're making a bigger cut than they ever have selling tickets for some of these venues that they always have to sell tickets for.
Well, I'm booking you on the next Ready, Set, Survive show. That's cool that you go above and beyond to promote, man. I mean, you've obviously learned that you need to from all the shows that you played.
Yeah. You can't do it for all of them, but the ones where I know it's going to be worth it, or that I have a $400 venue fee to pay.
Right.
I'm going, super hard on those, and then sometimes it'll just be the average bar show where you have a guarantee, and it's nice, but. Right. It's been great to not have to work in construction anymore. But
is that what you were doing?
Yeah.
So you're living off your shows? You're paying the bills?
Yeah, I saved up a decent amount from that, from all those contacts. But now I'm like bringing in nothing and renting a rehearsal space,
which can be expensive.
Yeah.
I know of a space locally that's like very, very cheap. We can talk after.
Sweet.
But you mentioned some crappy shows. What are some low lights?
What's crazy is like sometimes a place will be really good. Like Virginia Beach for a while was really good.
That's the spot.
And then you'll go back like 3 months later thinking like, all right, it's going to be double. And it's like 10% of what it was. So there's been a lot of those. Indianapolis has become like that. It's like every scene goes through phases too, where they're like going to see new live music, supporting our friends. Like that's the cool thing to do. And then the next time you go back, it's like, no, we're all going to the spoken word thing down the street. Like they're into something else.
I see.
So that's been the case. Even for like a city like Portland, I thought Portland was the best. Every single time it was growing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went back one time and it was like the venue owner was getting like #MeToo'd or something. So the whole music scene shut down.
Wow.
At least for like the all ages scene. So I was like, man.
The venue owner was getting #MeToo, like he
by his employees because he said something or did something, and then everyone else who hated him came forward.
Oof.
I don't live there,
scary.
so I have no idea. But
in this day and age, that's very scary. But
that's happened in like 4 or 5 markets
really?
now, where it's like, why is this affecting me? I didn't do anything.
Right. And where are you staying out here?
Well, I have bunk beds in my trailer. So,
so you literally travel across the country in your trailer?
I sleep in a van by the river.
And I live in a van down by the river.
Chris Farley, ladies and gentlemen.
And then I've been lucky. I have a lot of friends that are like, yeah, come stay at our place. You can park here for a couple days. Stayed up at Nick's for like a good 4 or 5 days.
Yeah. Wow. Right on, Nick.
Just until I overstay my welcome, and then it's on to the next. But now I'm like trying to find a rehearsal space where I can just like make noise all day, and then
just cruise over here, dude, and jam.
Dude,
and you're welcome to sleep under the Palapa, bro, but it gets really fucking cold at night.
So does the trailer.
I mean, honestly, if you're out here in San Diego in the summer, you could literally like pitch a tent.
Totally.
We slept on the trampoline right behind us one night with my daughter and my wife. But anyways.
That sounds awesome. But yeah, I'm not really worried about having like a nice place to stay or anything like that. It's who I'm surrounded by, and
right.
As long as people are like really excited about helping me out and getting my music out there, I'll sleep in a Burger King like I've done. Like
Have
I've slept in some gnarly places. Yeah, like a booth
Okay,
at
what?
Burger King.
A booth at a Burger King.
Yeah.
You broke into the Burger King? I mean, we don't need to get you into legal.
It was in Europe.
trouble here.
It was 24
Okay.
hours. So there was like 9 of us staying in like a Sprinter van. And
Okay.
we were all over 6 feet tall. So like our legs were intertwined and I could just never sleep like that. So we were parked at a service center and it was a Burger King in Germany. And I was like, yeah, I'm just going to lay in that booth over there.
Yeah.
Mike has these like stories and like these things that quickly become like inside jokes. Like, or you can sleep in like a Burger King or something like that. It's just
It's like an off the wall kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never bought food before 10 a.m. because you could just get it for free at the hotels.
That's another one. That's another one of them right there.
Dude, hashtag living the dream, huh, buddy?
Yeah.
There's a part of me that
something like
really envies you. Like, you know, how old are you?
I'm going to be 30 in a couple hours.
That's right. 30 tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
And you are on Eastern Coast time.
Yeah,
Eastern
I'm
time.
30 in Russia already, I think.
And you are the tallest guest I've had on. You mentioned your height. How tall are you, dude?
81 inches.
81, is that right?
Let's see how quick
Don't make
Troy
me
can
do
get
math,
this.
bro. 72.6, so
Very good.
6'9".
Nice. That was
Holy
quick.
crap, 6'9".
Yeah.
And do you come from a family of height?
I thought you were going somewhere else with that.
Right.
My dad's about 6'1" now. He's shrinking. He was 6'2" when he had hair.
Okay.
And my mom is about 5'7". She was about 5'9" in her volleyball days. But
What the heck? Where'd you get that from?
well, all the guys on my mom's side are like 6'4", 6'5", and then
Okay.
all the guys on my dad's mom's side
Yeah.
are like 6'5", 6'6". So his dad was only about 5'6". If he wasn't so short, my dad probably would have been my height.
Crazy.
But yeah, me and my brother both just got those tall genes
Yeah.
somehow.
The tallest on Palapalooza. So cool. And then who's in your band? Do you have a consistent band, like guitar player, bass player?
That's a strange one to answer because I've basically been a one-man show. I wouldn't call it a one-man band for about 2.5 years.
So you've been playing just acoustic?
No, like I have a multimedia presentation that I put together on Ableton that was basically like I video myself playing the drum parts, the bass parts, the guitar parts.
Shut up.
And then I put up a screen every night and project the video edited of me doing all this stuff and like riding on shopping carts and stuff. So it's basically like I'm playing to half an hour
a backing
video
track almost, but with video.
So a lot of it's backtracked. Some of it's like looped into the tracks, and then there's like my vocal
to
would be
a click, obviously, right?
Yeah. So I'm playing a click and some cues, and then everything that I'm running live through is being automated and triggered to loop. And
I've never seen that.
yeah, it's different. And that's the thing is like it's a shame because it's been going really well without having a band, but everyone who hasn't seen it is like, dude needs a band. Like, how is he getting
Dude
away
up there
with
is
that?
lonely, you know.
It's a really like compelling show.
Sure.
You know, I wondered kind of how you would pull it off before I saw it. And
Right.
I gotta say, it's amazing. It's
Wow.
like this guy is like one of the hardest working musicians
It
I've
sounds
ever met
like
in my
it. I was
life.
gonna say that, and uber talented. I mean, you're playing all the instruments. Wow.
Yeah,
That's rad.
I just taught so many drummers the parts that I was like,
Right.
all right, I think I could figure this out for myself by now.
Sure.
And then I went and like just practiced for a couple months and then recorded myself doing it. And it's a little more rewarding that I'm like not having to rely on anyone and like
Right.
I know exactly how to play the stuff.
Yeah.
So
And he has lights rigged
Wow.
to his set that you programmed yourself.
And, yeah, I think that
that all
translates
DMX?
too. Yeah.
Okay.
Like I think people are like, wow, this is more than just a band playing their songs or a guy playing his songs. This is a bunch of different media that we don't get to see at a $10 show.
Yeah.
It's kind of a cool, unique shtick, for lack of a better word. You know, it's. I'm
It's
compelled.
a good shtick, yeah.
I'm compelled, dude. When are you
Thanks.
playing locally? Do you have anything lined up?
I don't know. I basically like made my last tour the end of that chapter. Like Rosedale is kind of like a a thing of the past to me now, and like I'm writing new songs. And the only reason
I'm glad we're promoting you. No,
Well,
I'm just kidding.
I know, right? I was gonna say it's so funny how I'm getting like more hype and promotion from people now that I shut it down.
I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I would say you're probably going through a rebranding.
Totally.
And
Sure.
and this is kind of right before that, like,
transitional kind of
transition.
Yeah, but I don't want to ditch the songs that I had. Like, if
course.
anything,
No.
I really want people who are finding out about the new project whenever it comes out to be like, I really like Rosedale stuff too. Like, these 3 or 4 new songs that just came out are great, but have you checked out Rosedale? Like, I'd like to be one of those artists where it's like, have you checked out the past catalog?
Sure.
It's under a different name, but, you know, that it was still like a huge part of my life.
And this is solely because of the name conflict?
The name conflict has most weight, but I think also I feel like every time I come out with something new, it's way better than the last stuff.
Right.
And the people who are actually paying attention agree. But I think a good chunk of people don't bother listening because Rosedale has been like a 14, 15-year thing that hasn't. It's never even turned into a success by most people's standards.
Yeah.
So, especially in my hometown, like that new EP that came out, I don't think anybody even bothered listening to it. I had a big release show in Toronto, and I had like a big online campaign set up to get like prizes and stuff to get people out.
Right.
And it just flopped. And
I honestly think when you rebrand, you know, a year and a half into that, like after you release new tunes and stuff, maybe re-release old tunes, I don't know. But like a year or so, like just a little whiles into that, people will like, even old fans will like be like, whoa, like what are you doing now? Because that's kind of what happened with Mainsail. Like I didn't play in a rock band for like 4 years or something. And then I was like, okay, this is Mainsail, it's happening, this is a thing. And then people are like, whoa, and they started checking it out. Like people from my past and people from my not so distant past. Like, and then every little thing we did, like whether it be like 91X or just like stuff, very like humble successes. People were like, oh my gosh, you guys are like doing all this stuff. Like, we're just a small local band,
right?
But,
I know.
you know,
it can be discouraging
just
sometimes.
that rebranding.
It's
that rebranding, just like, oh, this is new.
It's not always easy.
Your new
yeah,
thing.
and for the longest time, I didn't really care. Like a lot of people were telling me you should change the name, or you should rebrand, or you should look at getting a band. Like you get so many outside opinions after 10 years, especially that. And for a while, I was like, man, I don't care. I'm having fun. I'm playing these venues I've always dreamt of playing in the cities I've always dreamt of seeing. Yeah. And everyone who's not in my band is missing out. Like to me, I had this big head about it, even though there was like 10, 20 people in the crowd sometimes. But now I'm at the point where I'm like, well, I have the opportunity to start fresh and do things right, per se. And even though that means a little bit of convincing people that it's something bigger than it is, you know,
that's branding.
It's perspective. Yeah, that's branding now.
Well, you've certainly put more time into thinking about that whole rebranding thing for Rosedale. So I wish you the best on that, man. I hope it works out for you. You'll always have Rosedale music online, I think, right? You're not going to remove that or anything because you do have streams. You have 7,000 streams on Spotify. That's nothing to just forget about. That's decent locally. It really is.
Yeah, I mean,
although you're not local, I feel like you're. I don't know, dude. You're all over the place.
I have a lot of friends in different areas, but I don't have a whole lot of fans for sure. But I didn't even know I had that many streams. But like that, even that doesn't really matter to me because I don't think that's gonna like get me to the next level by any means. It's great that people are listening. And at least it's not all for nothing. That's all I care about. As long as it changes a couple lives, I'm good.
Right. Yeah, no, absolutely. What is your goal to take it to that next level? What do you feel you need to do?
Well,
maybe team up with a bigger band and get noticed by them?
I'm definitely not opposed to like playing with other musicians. And yeah, I'm always looking to like collaborate with other bands, especially.
Sure.
And that's kind of where I'm at too, is like this new way of releasing music through streaming, and it's no longer like full. It doesn't need to be an album, which I was like kind of bummed out on for a while because I love albums. I love opening them up and reading through the lyrics and everything.
Right. I miss that kind of, yeah.
I think it's another one of those things where I'm forced into do something that might help me out. And that is like, I'm more open to just collaborating with a band who I'm friends with, who I used to play local shows with. Right. And I feel like that would get their fans to actually listen to what I'm doing. And that would get my fans to actually listen to what I'm doing and they're doing. So it's almost like how bands would do that with touring. Like, come play our hometown, we'll come play your hometown. Yeah. Now we have an online platform where we can do that. So a little bit of collaboration, and I think story is like the biggest thing right now. Like anytime my song or recording or show has a story to back it, people actually will click. So
I see.
I want to
give me an example of that.
Of where one like that has happened.
Yeah.
Well, my van broke down in
Van by the river.
Yeah, Colorado. I was trying to get from Colorado Springs to Flagstaff, and I mean, it was already a nightmare that I was supposed to open for Everlast, and that was going to be like the biggest show ever. It was sold out in Colorado Springs.
Wow.
And he couldn't make it because of the snow coming from like North Dakota or something.
Yeah.
And I've like quickly patched up the show with like 4 local bands. It ended up being a great night. And then I was like, all right, I got to drive all the way to Flagstaff. I'm going to just do this overnight before the snow hits.
Right.
Sure enough, my GPS like sent me through the mountains and I didn't even realize it. And then van broke down, transmission blew out. It was like,
oh man,
I had to miss 5 shows.
Really?
But like a fan in Indiana, her name's Abby Lynn. She's kind of like the famous Rosedale fan that is always there to the rescue.
Abby Lynn? Yeah. I was going to ask you, to shout out a couple fans. Cool.
Yeah.
Shout out to Abby.
So she like set up a GoFundMe to like help me with my van.
Wow.
And because it was her doing it, like, you know how crowdfunding can kind of be like,
sure,
some fans will kind of get off the bandwagon because they're like, wait, what do we have to pay for now?
Pay for this guy's van, come on.
So there's a bunch of people messaging me like, that's so cool that your fan set this up. Like, here you are selling your bass amp so that you can get to the next show, and your fan is like raising more money than you. That's cool.
That is very cool.
So just like stories like that.
How did that end? Did you end up getting the funds?
Well, she raised like $1,500.
Wow.
And the next 2 weeks of the tour, that was the big thing. Is it was like, that's so cool. You have fans like across the country. And now I'm out west.
Like that. No, that's rad.
And so people were coming to the show to see like, why do you have fans like this? Right.
Yeah. I feel like what you put into it, you get back. You put so much heart and soul into music and everything you do, and all these shows around the country and the world, that you finally got something back.
Totally. It's a roller coaster. Yeah, like that'll happen all the time. It's like when you feel like this is the end of the road, like I got nothing from here.
Right.
Something happens where it's like, no, you got to keep going. It's worth it.
Yeah, dude. Very cool. That's a great story. So, and you're playing bass for Mainsail?
Yeah.
Did I hear that?
Yeah.
The big announcement.
Yeah. Bassdale is in Mainsail.
What happened to your bass player, Nick?
He is basically just kind of moving on from the band.
So he is out officially.
He's officially moved on.
Okay.
Mr. Brock, who we love.
Yeah. We love Mr. Brock.
And support.
Absolutely.
But it's just the best for both us and him.
Sure.
He's working full-time stuff.
Okay.
Doing production type stuff and doing product promotion type stuff.
Sure.
So
cool.
He's feeling stoked on what his work is and is pursuing that.
What the future holds for him.
Yeah.
Excellent. And you're fortunate to have Mike here, man. I mean, I guess you're going to have to stay around here for a while, huh?
Yeah, well,
I mean, they have our show coming up on St. Patty's Day, March 16th, so you'll be there for that,
I'm very excited. I mean, like I said, I just want to be playing music. And the hardest thing for me shutting down and rebranding is that I'm not playing shows for a while.
Yeah.
So it's been great that Nick has like added me to some of his bills on these acoustic shows. And then I'm like, you guys don't have a bass player. Like, it's a no-brainer. I can learn this stuff and we can do it.
Well, it's so cool, because we, like Mike, you're saying we just want to play, Like, my drummer's been gone for, 2.5 months. And so it's like been really nice to take a break from shows, but like at the same time, it's like, what am I gonna do? Like, so it was just cool. We went to NAMM. We were just like kicking it. Yeah. And then we're like, dude, let's do some acoustic shows. Yeah. So, you know, and then that led to Mike was like, dude, I'll fill in on bass for you guys. It's like, no way. Like, man. I didn't have to like put that out there. I was like, hell yeah, brother, let's do it. And then, you know, just musicians. Yeah.
Musicians helping out and supporting each other.
Growing up, being best friends.
You guys are best buddies now. It's amazing what's come of you reaching out to Mainsail, huh? In San Diego. I mean, everything that's come of it, and who knows what the future holds for you guys.
Yeah, no, Nick has been like a super amazing friend. I think he's just willing to go with the flow, and he just loves having good music and friends and fun around. And
there's nothing better than that. I mean,
you guys strike me as two very genuine and likable and kind guys. Like, you're the same on the microphone as you are off the microphone.
Thanks.
And it's funny how you see that click sometimes. Like, definitely not to hate on any musicians or anyone, but you know, you can have like a different facade when you get on the microphone. It's like maybe an ego comes into play, or and you guys just seem like genuine dudes, and I think it reflects in your music as well.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, I feel like everyone maybe goes through phases of that too. Like when I just started, you know, doing interviews and stuff for my music, I was like, all right, I have to say this, I have to do that, and then you just get comfortable with it along the way. And
there's a pressure in being a musician that like people want you to be a rock star. People like they want you to have this persona, like
cool,
fans,
have an image,
have an image, like higher ups in the industry. It's like you kind of have to, like you were saying, appear bigger than you are. There's this super weird pressure. Yeah. And like after being in a band again for like a bunch of years and getting further than I've ever gotten. Right. Not that that's really much, but
no, you can toot your own horn. There's nothing wrong with that.
This like, I understand. I understand why people get these egos and stuff, and it's just like, you know, there's something
when you do get
you gotta have this reality check and bring yourself back down to earth, and like, I don't know.
Sure.
Everybody is a person, whether it's Mark Hoppus or you know, everyone, and like Justin Bieber, like I could run into anybody and just treat them like a person, because that's what they are. Yeah. You know, and if they're really successful, that's incredible. Like I'd love to meet like Elon Musk or someone. Yeah. But like, they're just a person, whether they're brilliant or, you know, whatever it is, you know. So, and I don't know.
But we're all fighting the same fight. I've met been fortunate enough to meet some celebrities, and I even had Unwritten Law on the podcast, you know, to sit down with Scott Russo and chat. And he has his, you know, he's a rock star in my opinion. Right. Those guys made it, in my opinion.
Of course.
But he's a normal dude. He's got his insecurities. He has his fears. He has his problems. We're all fighting the same fight, dude. I think is what it comes down to.
And I think it's harder than ever to reach that rock star status anyway. So
I think it is a little bit,
like even for the guys who had it, who did reach it, they're kind of forced into this humble corner that we're all in now of like, look, we're all just creating art, and you know, you don't need to have a big head about it. I was watching this like Queen documentary on the plane last night. Not the movie, but the actual like old school documentary, and all the footage of them doing interviews. And I was like, whoa, they were actual, that was the age of being a huge rock star where you were a god to these people. Right. If you look at it now, some of the biggest artists in the world are just like, look, I'm just trying to create a better song than my last every day. And those are the real artists. And then there's some guys who are just like constantly trying to, you know, create more followers every day and teach their own. That's great. But sometimes that takes a disconnect from their own character too. And like what you were saying about how, you know, I'm so much further than I was, not that that's saying much. It kind of is. Maybe you don't have a substantial amount of followers from when you did, but I'm sure mentally and creatively you are so much further than you were 4 years ago, right? That's all that matters.
Right.
Totally.
And go ahead, buddy.
I just feel like I'm opened up to way more possibilities, and like believing in myself, because, you know, and I think this applies to everybody, with every bit of progress you make or everything you accomplish, you're like, dude, I never thought I could do that. And you know, like as songwriters, like every song we write, it's like, oh my gosh, like I'm way more hyped on that, you know, and it's just this progression. And like I like, as you guys both probably do, tend to relate myself to others and kind of where they're at, and and just try to leave a positive feeling in somebody after they listen to our music or come to a show or whatever, just to like go back and kick life's ass, so to speak, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And just like, don't settle for something that you're not really stoked about. You know?
Yeah, I think in regards to streams, and you have to look at your own trajectory and kind of look at your own statistics. That's what I always do. Like our last music video, you know, it's got like 1,000 streams, which is not a lot in the big picture, but
compared to what you
us
just did,
and to our own, for our own statistics, you know,
it's a big deal.
It's a big deal. So I think as long as that trajectory is going upward and you're moving forward as a artist and as a band, it's a good thing.
And you made that. Like, no one did that for you, you know, like
with help from others.
Well, of course, but
exactly.
you made that. You created that content, and you put it for others to see, and you like outdid yourself.
I think we lose sometimes the fact that we are artists.
Totally,
you know, and that is, I think those people that do make it to that top echelon have not lost that. Like, I hate to keep saying Lady Gaga, but she always comes to mind, and she just performed on the Oscars. But she seems like a chick that stays true to herself and what she wants to, and that message that she wants to portray. And I think that's gotten her to the top of the top, dude. She is the biggest star in the world right now.
The thing about people like her, is that she's a phenomenal songwriter. And that really sets her apart. As in that like pop realm or whatever, like the Gagas and the Perrys of the world, Katy Perry's, like they actually write their tunes. For the most part. But the thing is, like,
and Taylor Swift, even, I mean, you know, she writes her own music.
People of that level, they like write songs. They write songs for each other. Like, this song doesn't really sound like it's for me. You know, it's like, that's cool, man. Like, you can just like collaborate with artists. This, you know?
What's funny is like songwriting has finally become the top of the charts. The artist is writing the songs. But somehow there's still shows like The Voice and American Idol where it's like all about not writing your songs.
And then there's some top 10 songs that are out there that are just total shit. I mean, in my opinion. And again, it's subjective, you know, like the recent Kanye West releases that are just, again, in my opinion, just total garbage. You know, he's saying like words that aren't even real words, and it's like, what the fuck is going on here? But anyways, this has been a good talk.
We just like went all the way around the world with it. It's kind of nice.
Shouting out Taylor Swift and Lady Gaga and all over the place.
Hey, but, good music is good music, no matter what it is. And that's something that took me a little while to fully grasp as a human.
And we all just want it to be heard. Yeah, as a human man. As a man.
Well, when I was
we all just want to be heard, dude, as musicians. We just want our music out there, and I don't think we want fame. I don't want fame. I wouldn't deal with it well. I wouldn't deal with not being able to go to the store and dude, I'm being noticed and being bugged.
I'm already used to being bugged, man. When you're over 6'6",
dude, holy shit,
you're getting bugged in every grocery store you go to.
Are you just so sick of that, dude? Like people saying you're tall. Well, I think that was the first thing I said to you when I met you. But
I mean, it's a good icebreaker in most cases, but sometimes it's like, oh man, I just want them to know me for what I love, not for my basketball skills, because I don't have those.
Were you a baller back in the day? Holy shit. Did you play basketball in high school?
Honestly, I played basketball by myself way more than I did on a team. Like I had,
is that right?
I had a net in front of my house, and I was a good shooter. And then I joined the high school team, and they were like, "No, we don't want you to shoot. Stand under the basket. Just
stand under and just reach the ball into the net. You don't even have to jump."
I played a lot of hockey, so I'm used to like watching people's feet and looking for the puck. And I was like not in my element playing basketball, but I can shoot. I can still shoot.
Yeah, cool. We're straying off here. Anything else you guys want to add? I do want to chat real quick. I want to tease our show, Nick. I'm really stoked on it, buddy. St. Patty's Day, March 16th. It's going to be Mainsail, Fishing for Chips, Avenue Army, and Ready, Set, Survive. And it's going to be a lot of fun. The Moreau wear green. We'll give out maybe a little trophy for best dressed. Drink green beer. And celebrate this guy, St. Patrick, who nobody knows who the hell he is. But hey, let's drink. And his,
I've never had a green beer.
You haven't? Okay. Yeah, I have back in the day. It's beer that looks green.
Is it just dye?
It's like dye, yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
And that brings me to a Rosedale song, My First Show. That's the title of it, right?
Yeah.
Dude, musicians out there, you have to go on Spotify right now. Everyone out there.
Definitely.
But it really hit home to me. It really brought me back to my first show ever at Soma, which was 1998.
Who was it?
That ages me. No, I'm sorry. My first show that I played. Yeah, it was with Agent 51.
Nice.
Pivot. I mean, you really capture that feeling, bro. Dude, you're so good, buddy.
I get a real job, but I'm too in love with it. Think about the day of the first show I ever played.
And we had this promotion company called Supernova in Toronto, and it was totally like, what's that movie we kept bringing up?
Oh no, I don't
know. Versus the World.
Scott Pilgrim.
Scott Pilgrim.
Totally. Scott Pilgrim versus the world. Like,
Yep.
you know, you had to get your tickets, and it was like these shady people kind of ran the scene where it was like, you sell your tickets, you bring us the money the night before, or you're not playing.
The pre-sale bullshit.
gosh.
Yeah, and then it's a battle of the bands. You get 20 minutes, and of course, whoever sold the most tickets wins.
Dude, that movie is like so accurate. It's so good.
So yeah, that's
I hate
literally
shows like that.
That's what
Battle
we were
of
playing.
the Bands is just a marketing gimmick,
Totally.
in my opinion. But yeah, that's a great song by Rosedale. My first show.
Totally.
You have to check that out. That's of all the songs that I've listened to, and I've listened to a lot of them. I hate to pick a favorite, but that really stood out to me, dude. It just really kind of hit home. And
Sweet.
as a musician, yeah, great song.
Thanks.
What's a first album that you remember buying? Mine was Dr. Dre, Chronic.
I would just take them from my brother, but the first one that I actually owned was it was two Canadians, Bare Naked Ladies.
There you go.
The tape, I had the cassette tape that had If I Had $1 Million.
There you go.
And
I like those guys. I think they're pretty talented, dude.
it's super Canadian sounding.
And they rap throughout their song a little bit, you know.
Canadian rap.
Canadian rappers. Well, dude, Drake.
Oh
right?
yeah. No.
Drake's killing it.
Yeah.
Bieber, you guys have a couple.
And that same rapping had Michael Jackson's. I think it was Bad. What's the one with the church mural on the front?
I'm not sure.
I think it's Bad.
Yeah. Okay. So a little
Could be
Michael
wrong.
Jackson, little Bare Naked Ladies.
The one with
I like
the
it.
Free Willy song on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I would jump on my bed singing those.
The ballad, right? It's kind of a ballad, wasn't it? Yeah. What's a hobby outside of music, dude? What do you like to do outside of music besides more music?
I go through phases. I'm in a huge hockey phase right now.
Okay.
I played a lot of hockey growing up, so I'm actually decent at it. So been playing a lot of hockey in Poway.
Cool.
Do you get into any fights?
Yeah,
You
you have all your teeth,
pickup
bro.
games?
Yeah, you have all your teeth.
I used to fight back when we had cages because I was that young, but then like I stopped before junior. I was done.
Do people fight in just friendly pickup games?
I've seen a couple. I've seen it happen.
Shit out of each other
And
in a scrimmage.
I've played in some beer leagues where like I accidentally jabbed the goalie because the puck was loose, and the whole team jumped on me.
No way.
Yeah,
That's so silly.
it'll happen.
I feel like that sport invites the scrappers. You know what I
feel
mean?
like it's just
There's a lot of
people-
boneheads.
People who want to be like the pros.
yeah.
And so they're like, "Oh, you touched my goalie."
If anyone touches my goalie, plus with hockey, like you don't want to
Hey, bud.
eat before hockey, so a lot of guys are out there hangry, like you're hungry.
Oh, no shit.
And if anyone ticks you off, it's like I have a stick in my hand.
Is it because of the cardio that you don't want to eat?
You just want to be as light as you can. I hate eating like 4 hours before I play.
Do they honor the penalty box in pickup hockey?
Pickup hockey, no. There's no hitting. There's no penalties. If you trip someone, then your team gets the puck back. Like that's about it.
I need to come see one of your matches.
Happy Gilmore
fun.
comes to mind when I think of hockey, bro. You know what I mean? You pull the fucking shirt down, you just beat the shit out of
Better luck next year. No, that wasn't very nice.
Favorite local band, dude? I mean, obviously Mainsail is on here. You have any other local?
I've been getting into your new album there. I was listening to
Little
that.
Ready, Set, Survive?
Yeah.
Thank you, buddy.
listening to
Yeah.
that back home.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Anyone back home maybe that you want to shout out?
Man, so many bands have been like breaking up, but getting back together.
Good to hear. No.
Moneen is a band from my hometown that I've really liked.
Spell that?
Moneen.
Okay.
Enough in your words, except for these verses. Out with the new
A band that you would really like, Gob. Have you ever heard of Gob?
I haven't.
They're
G-O-B?
from Vancouver. G-O-B.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think they've ever put out a bad song. So good.
Are they a little bit harder or?
They're punk rock. Right?
Yeah, they're punk rock. They're pretty like Green Day meets Sum 41. The guitar player plays in Sum 40. He's the third guitarist now.
We're so set in our own ways that we forget we are insignificant. We'll be gone, soon be forgotten.
His name's Tom.
Rips.
Oh, cool.
Isn't he the singer too?
No? He's the singer of Gob.
Yeah.
And he'll sing backups in Sum 41. But,
you know who's very Sum 41 locally, who I just kind of realized after their podcast episode, is the Montel Jordans.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, love the Montel Jordans.
You have to check them out, dude.
I played with them at the Bancroft a couple years ago.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, and that show had a long story to it, too.
Yeah.
I mean, pre-meeting them, and then they were so funny. They made the night. It was great.
Was Adam in the band at the time or no?
I don't think
that's probably
so.
Adam Cisco.
I don't think Adam was in the band at the time.
Okay.
I would have remembered him.
Do you know Adam? Have you recorded with him?
Yeah. We did a song last time I was through here.
Oh, cool.
Like I already had some drum tracks, and then we just did bass, guitars, and vocals, and now we're still kind of working on it.
Cool.
But yeah, he's a really talented dude.
He gets a lot of love here on the podcast. Shout out to Adam Cisco, local engineer / producer / musician. He's right down the street from us here in San Diego.
Thinking about you, buddy.
He's doing The Rough, too.
Thinking about you.
That's another local band I got to...
Love you.
Yeah, The Rough is the one that just recently they had to pull out of our show.
Yeah.
And they booked another St. Patty's Day show, March 15th,
rough.
man.
I see the singer
That's real
every
rough.
2 days, just coincidentally.
Drew, yeah.
He's everywhere I am.
Yeah, they're good, dude. Shout out to Drew and Darren. I love you. Darren listens a lot. I love you, Darren. Once again, shout out to The Rough. All right. Do you want to shout out a fan? We already did that. You shouted out Abby, right?
Let's
Abbey
shout
Lynn
out,
Records.
Let's shout out a fan at the same time. Ready?
I will too.
Okay.
Well, let's see if
Is it
me
a
and-
local guy?
Let's see
Let's
if
see if we
me and
say the
Mike
same
say the
person.
same person.
Go ahead.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Nolan Ademiak?
Yes. Ademic.
Ademic.
No, I don't. It's not
Ademic.
Ademic. It's Nolan.
He just supports you guys. Is
We
he in San Diego?
we stayed at his parents' house
He's
last
the
night.
number one fan.
Okay.
I slept in his bed last night. That's not made up.
He wasn't there.
I
that's a
picked
good
up-
fan, bro.
He wasn't there.
He's a super
He's
fan.
in college. He's a grown up boy, and
Really cool dude.
I picked Mike up from the airport,
Right.
and we needed a place to crash instead of driving back to Oceanside.
Yeah.
And also, your trailer was parked
Yeah,
at
he
his
lets
house.
me. He let me park my trailer for a
So
week.
his dad lets us crash at their house. What a guy. Dude, like people like that don't understand kind of what they're doing for musicians and for music.
Right.
Because there's so many of us that are on this level.
That's very
and
cool.
that really just, Nolan.
And Nolan in general has been there since day one,
yeah.
supporting our bands and telling all his friends and his family, and his girlfriend's super awesome too.
Totally.
She plays in a band.
And his sister's awesome.
Yeah.
Kat, shout out. The first show we played together, Nolan cried.
Yeah, he's he
Is he in a band?
He reminds
He
me
is.
of when I was 14 so much. Like,
Yeah.
just loves music, loves hockey, and will just drop anything to help people out. Yeah,
I'll tag
he's
him in
cool.
this. And how old is he?
I think he's 19 or 18.
And what's his band?
I can't
looking
remember
it
the
up.
title. I'm not sure if they have a name yet.
While you're looking that up, I also want to shout out your boy Evan Gutierrez.
Oh, yeah. Good old Evan.
Yeah.
You know, Evan's always at your
Classic.
shows, dude. He's such
He's at every show.
He's such a local music supporter. He's
Yeah.
always sharing Ready Set Survive stuff. He's just the type of fan you want, dude. You
Yeah.
want 1,000 of those
Totally.
as like a street team,
Yeah, we need to clone Evan.
I don't
Dude,
need
we
to.
do.
Yeah, I don't even need to ask him or pay him to promote us.
Yeah,
he
he's
literally
so
just
cool,
does
dude.
it.
He was up on stage at the emo night, I think.
Yeah.
At what venue was that?
House of Blues.
Was that House of Blues? Yeah,
That's
which is a
awesome.
great fucking stage.
That's his. Yeah.
You guys just played there.
We
didn't you?
did, dude. Yeah, local brews, local grooves. I've talked about that, so I don't want to spend too much time about on it. But dude, yeah, best show to date. I've been playing off and on for 20 years here locally, and just to have that many people right
Oh, I
there
loved
and
it.
like
I saw the
responsive as hell. Like I did the a lot of interaction. Like hey, you got 400 people doing haze
Oh,
back
so
to
rad.
you, and like it was very cool, and we made some good connections from it too. So yeah, thanks for shouting that out. We're gonna dream under the Palapa, all right?
Okay.
We're gonna try to materialize some positive goals and and think about some positive things here under this tiki hut.
You're supposed to do that daily, so it's good. Let's do it.
Good. Well, we're doing it on a podcast today, all right?
Sweet.
If you could tour with any current band that you haven't, who would you pick? And I could probably answer this for you, but if Rosedale, if Mr. Mike Rosedale got the phone call from any band tomorrow to hit the road with them, who would you pick?
Blink-182.
Easy answer. Yeah. If you could bring one band or musician back from the dead, who would it be? We get Jimi Hendrix, we get Jim Morrison. There's a lot that have died, unfortunately. Kurt Cobain. Maybe someone that you'd like to see in the modern age. You know, I'd love to see Jim Morrison writing music in today's day and age. You know, Hendrix.
Would they be themselves or a zombified version?
Yeah, like Buddy Rich, I don't even know if he could still play at that age.
I haven't heard that yet.
They're like undead. And they're like
ripping. Would they be rigor mortis?
Yeah. They're just a zombie shredder is what they are.
I love it.
I guess I would say Buddy Rich, but he'd have to not age to be worth.
Right. In his prime.
Man, I saw Bob Dylan like 2 years ago, and it was just like...
It was pretty bad, wasn't it?
I felt bad for him
I did
up there.
Too. I mean, he was mumbling more than normal, and he didn't play any of his hits when I saw him.
He played like 4 covers.
Did you see him in San Diego?
No, I saw him in Toronto.
Okay. Yeah, I saw him during that tour. Yeah.
Me and my dad looked up the set list with like 5 songs left, and we were just like, you want to go?
Right.
Let's leave.
No, I know. It was very boring. Let's project out some goals. 5 years, Rosedale, where would you like to be? A new name?
I'd like to have the name thing figured out.
Do you have a name in mind?
Man.
I'd like to, start at square one. I'd like to have a name.
For those of you impatiently waiting, in 5 years, I would like to have it figured out.
Do you have a name? Let's pick out a name right now.
I have so many ideas in this one draft email to myself. That
do you want to put out your top 3 and we can have people vote?
I would like to put out all of them. The voting is a good idea, and you could even make one and send it to me, and I'll consider it. But I'm thinking about just like doing a like. All right, here's a poll.
A fan.
Pick one.
You could do it.
I'm going to put so many on there.
Yeah,
Let's hear your top 3 ideas. Shout them out.
Okay, since 2014, the number one that everyone's been liking, but it's a movie, Skyscraper.
Okay.
And I think that like captures the futuristic sound that I would like to create. And it also makes sense with my height.
Yeah, that's what I think of.
Yeah, totally. And it's just enough where it's not like, okay, he's just playing off the thing about how he's tall. But I've even like embraced that in a lot of my newer lyrics too, is like there's a lot of play on words about how I'm like ridiculously like
different perspectives and stuff
bird's
like that.
eye view and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that's another one that I wanted to try and go with is bird's eye view or something along the lines of bird's eye view.
Sure. I'll ponder that for you.
Yeah.
Bird's eye view I like.
Like I was even thinking storm's eye view, but I don't think people would get it.
Right.
But that's also a little play on like
clouds.
I don't. Well, yeah,
with clouds.
Up in the clouds.
I'm bad with names. I don't
It's
feel
tough.
like we have
You're stuck with that one forever.
Right.
But I also kind of like it because there's so much talk about like mental health issues and stuff like that, and I've kind of touched base on a lot of those things too.
Sure.
So I consider a storm to relate to that, but I don't know if people would get that.
How about just the storm? No?
The storm, or if like people called me Storm Liorti or something, I'd be like, sure, whatever, let's do it.
I feel like it's also important to think of a name that will be very unique when it comes to search engine optimization.
Oh, this is cool.
That's one cool thing about Ready, Set, Survive. Not the best band in the world, but when you, or name in the world, but when you, it is. And Mainsail possibly as well.
Yeah, I was listening to, I don't know if it was a podcast or an audiobook that was saying like, one of those like how to make money in the music industry. And the first thing that you have to do is have a name that is the first thing that you search. So I definitely want it to be that. It can be a ridiculous name, and as long as it's the first thing, and a bunch of people are okay with it, then I'm good with it. I really don't care what I'm called.
Aviator Stash, we had them on the last episode. That was their sole decision to name themselves Aviator Stash.
It's a great name.
Just based on being sought out, above everyone else.
Yeah. It fits their persona.
Uniqueness. Yeah. And then, I feel like a name is insignificant. How do you feel about that? I mean, think about certain big bands. Bush, Cake. Let's think of some other ridiculous names that, because of their music, their name is cool.
And yeah, even watching that Bohemian Rhapsody when he was like, we're going to be called Queen.
Queen at first was ridiculous.
Yeah,
I'm sure, right?
I was like, that is really ridiculous. So is Death Cab for Cutie. So is all these band names that until I heard their first song that I heard, I was like, sure, they're called Death Cab for Cutie. Let's listen to more.
King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
What is it?
I think it's King
Lizard and
King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
Yep.
But I need to also figure out like if it's going to be a band or if it's going to be just me. That has a lot to do with what it's going to be called too.
Sure.
Like I wouldn't mind if, you know, a label or management that could really move mountains was like, hey, we want you to be just you, just change your last name to this. I wouldn't be like, no, I don't want to do that. I'd be okay with it. And I just found out that my last name is only like 3 generations old. It was made up by an orphanage. So,
wow.
Yeah, I just found that out this week.
What?
So, my great-grandfather, so my dad's grandfather, was just given to an orphanage. And we found out that his mom's name was Anna... I don't want to say this wrong. I forget it. It's like Petri, but I'll look it up. And so that was supposed to be the last name, but they didn't know her. They just got this boy. So they were like, we'll call him Liorti in Italy. And that's been carried over a few generations
Interesting.
now.
Pretty cool name.
So I could find out my actual last name and just call it that.
How about Liorti?
I just think it's hard to spell, hard to remember.
Right.
But that's another thing is I was thinking maybe something Leo, like, I don't know. I like cats.
Yeah.
I'd be down for that.
Hey, we're reaching here now. No. I like Liorti. I mean, for what it's worth, my 2 cents, I like you staying with Rosedale. I like longevity, I think, is very important.
I agree.
I would have loved to have started. I've been off and on in the scene for 20 years. I would have loved to have had Ready, Set, Survive back in 98 when I first started. Just solely off longevity. Plane Without a Pilot comes to mind. Those guys have been rocking out for like 15 years, and it just gets around, dude. It takes a long time to like brand yourself and get your name out there. Yeah, that's just my 2 cents.
It's just a shame that it's so hard to find. Like even if you search it on Google, even if you search Rosedale band, you'll get all these Rosedale schools that have bands, like marching bands and stuff.
Probably cities involved and stuff too.
Cities, plazas, schools. It's like
Rosedale Mike.
What if you
MIC?
What if you upgrade from Rosedale?
Mike Drop was my friend was so sold on that.
Oh my goodness.
Mike Drop.
That's bad. Don't do that. Don't do that. And stay away from that friend. No, just kidding.
What if you went from Rosedale to Roseville?
See, I think it's got to be like way off the path. If you're gonna change it, don't make it P. Diddy confusing.
I agree.
If you have suggestions for Mike Liorti in regards to a new band, please contact him. Via social media, Instagram. You're not going to be able to find him, but no.
Chances are I will like your idea.
I found you on Spotify, so I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
Let's jam. You guys want to jam? Anything else? 5 years? A name is good. Any other goals you want to project out there?
5 years. I would love to be playing big venues with a lot of people enjoying my music and pushing me to make more.
Awesome, dude.
I've always wanted that pressure. So
very cool.
I want some pressure that forces me to work.
There you go.
Yeah.
I wish you the best, dude. I think that's definitely achievable for you, and I really do wish you the best, buddy.
Likewise,
let's play a small venue with 3 people. You want to do that?
It wouldn't be the first.
And a dog.
Would not be the first.
All right, we'll switch some mics around and then we'll jam.
Isn't that what we're technically doing right now?
What?
Playing a small venue with 3 people and a dog?
Yeah, that's what I just said.
That was his joke.
I understand.
Nick is drifting off here a little bit. It's okay. It's getting boring. It's getting boring.
Sorry.
All right, let's jam. Oh yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the live portion of Palapalooza with Mainsail and Rosedale here. It rhymes. It's meant to be.
Maindale.
Nick and Mike in a jam, a Mainsail song, Photographs, dude. Take it away, brother.
And 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. me all your secrets. Tell me what you're thinking. No matter how I'm feeling, I'll be there for you.
I'm there for
Through all this talk, you're changing your whole personality. It's really wearing me thin.
It's really wearing me thin.
Just know that I don't ever wanna let you go. But things have gotten a little less obvious.
When you don't speak to
I won't let go, 'cause we've been holding on for so long. Now love isn't always as easy as it seems, but I can't do this without you. I swear I won't do this without you. Looking at these photographs, I think of all the times that we felt so alive. We burned so bright, and every single memory are always right there with me. You know what I need, and I just can't let you go. Just know that I don't ever wanna let you go. Things have gotten a little less obvious.
when you don't speak to
I won't let go, 'cause we've been holding on for so long. Now love isn't always as easy as it seems, but I can't do this without you. I swear I won't do this without you. And nothing and no one can come between you and me. You are my everything. You are my everything. Nothing and no one can come between you and me. You are my everything. You are my everything. Nothing and no one can come between you and me. You are my everything. You are my everything. Nothing and no one can come between you and me. You are my everything. You are my. Just know that I don't ever wanna let you go. But things have gotten a little less obvious.
when you don't speak to
I won't let go, 'cause we've been holding on for so long. Now love isn't always as easy as it seems, but I can't do this without you. I swear I won't do this without you. Oh, 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 oh,
Yeah. I like the melody at the end. Is that kind of improvised or?
100%.
Yeah. Just made that up now, really?
I think I sing it
little
different every time.
Yeah, that's right, dude. Really great song, dude. Mainsail, ladies and gentlemen. Rosedale, good harmonies, Mike. Your tones match really well, dude. Like, you guys blew me away with your acoustic performance at Midnight Jack, man. You guys are just fucking good, dude. And that's a great song. I'd say that's like the Mainsail single, right? Quote unquote.
Yeah.
That's the banger, as the kids say.
Yeah, we play it last a lot.
Check that out. You know, go on Spotify right now. Search Mainsail Photographs. You won't be disappointed. And you got a new Taylor here, dude. A brand new Taylor. Why don't you tell us about that?
Well, I decided, I really like playing acoustic shows, and I have not done it for so long.
Right.
And when Mike and I decided to start jamming acoustic, we got into the rehearsal space, sat down, got into parts, and hashed it all out. And it just like went so well,
right?
That I decided it's time to invest, because I've been thinking about it in a long time, to get a nice acoustic.
And you went big. You went with the best. You got a nice Taylor, and you dropped about $50,000 on it. And those are great guitars, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, second to none.
I like the way they sound in an acoustic setting.
Right.
I really like it. Because we like to do leads and stuff, and I feel like they're the best for that.
Yeah.
Nothing beats them. I mean, there's great guitars out there.
Right.
It's all just the guitar. Oh, I got to be in D.
Buy a new gear. Buy a new gear. We have this inside joke right now that
it took everything I had to not bring it up during the
Let's hear it.
setting up gear, setting up gear, anything with gear. Loading out gear, loading in gear, loading out gear.
Setting up gear, like my name is El Nino. Well, I'm setting up gear in the back of El Camino. As a kid, I set up gear. No one knew me by name. Set up all my gear, but nobody came.
Holy shit.
I started to actually write the lyrics out on paper.
Wonderful.
Can you please figure that out for our St. Patty's Day show, bro? That'd be sick.
Oh, man, we'll see.
Oh, my goodness.
Me and Mike and Adam and Drew from The Rough were literally singing that the other night at Adam's apartment, and we were dying. I was literally crying.
That's right,
because it was so funny.
That is,
and
cool.
It's really dumb to most people, but it's funny to me. So.
Love it, dude.
It's funny if you know Mike, because he has more gear than any musician, and like I'm just singing it, thinking of Mike loading up his gear, loading up gear.
Just the life
setting
of Mike.
up gear, but nobody came.
Yeah. That's fucking great, dude. Love it.
I might just make it all a cappella, and even the drums are like, set up gear, set gear, set up gear, set gear, go, set.
Yeah, that's cool. What are we playing next? A little Rosedale song, I believe, right?
Yeah, we'll do To My Father.
Oh, cool. Okay.
I need that tuner real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you need to tune up. So this is clearly a song dedicated to your dad. Shout out to your dad. What's his name?
My dad's name is Ennio.
Ennio?
Yeah, it's funny because the chorus is, I couldn't have it any better, and it almost goes any...
Dude, how about that for a band name, bro? Ennio. It's kind of sick.
Ennio.
That is cool.
That is a good name.
Yeah. Shit, it's unique. How do you spell his name?
Ennio.
Dude,
I think you should do it.
Hello, bro. That'd be tight.
It might not be the first thing that comes up in the search, though.
I'll check it out while you're playing. But cool. Shout out to your pops.
Yeah.
This is a great song.
I was in a hospital. My appendix burst. I was on tour.
Oh, jeez. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, and he came out to Long Island. He flew out, and we hung out for a week. And I just, really learned how important family really is, and how lucky I am to have such an awesome family. And he's the reason that it all exists. He's a great dude. So
awesome, dude.
It's for all the dads.
Yeah, take it away, brother.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I bailed again today. Was on a good streak, now curled up I lay. He's right again. Dad, can you come get me? The hospital 500 miles away. No, I'm not dead. I couldn't have it any better. This one goes out to my father. He makes the best of it. Tells me how I'll be in his shoes one day, looking after him. Dad, you can count on it. I owe you much more than the love you have for me. I'll never quit. And I couldn't have it any better. And this one goes out to my father. I'll be up working late. Just call me if you'd like me to turn it down. And know that all I do is to make you proud. I said, oh, I couldn't have it any better. And this one goes out to my father. I couldn't have it any better. Yeah, this one goes out to my father.
Killing it with the E pull-offs at the end, and you just restrung your high E. So, my gosh, you guys are fucking good, dude. That's good shit. I love it. I love it. And you have Soma SD Nick Lanari tattooed on your ankles. Or not your ankles, but your I guess your ankles.
Yeah, they're my ankles.
You guys are so cool.
Stop it.
I love it. That octave jump up there in the chorus. That's fun, huh? No, you fucking nailed it.
I'm used to just being right on the mic.
Yeah, no, good control. No, your falsetto at the end was good too. Yeah, no, you guys kill it. I'm loving it.
Man.
To all the dads, including myself, that song goes out to me. Thank you for writing that. So what's up next? Are you guys going to play another one, or are you guys good at 2? Up to you.
I think Mike should play my first show.
Yes. Will you play my first show for me?
It's been hyped up all
Yeah,
day
no, it's a great song, dude. I love that.
Sure.
How's that E doing?
I'm gonna bring
flat?
it down here.
Yeah, bring it down. Nick, I'm surprised you don't do lower harmonies for that chorus.
Sometimes I do,
Sometimes
but
you do,
I
okay.
haven't jammed these with Mike in a little while.
Okay, yeah, no worries.
But I'm just super focused on these guitar parts. That's
okay. All good, brother. It sounds great.
It's been a while since we jammed.
Yeah.
How's it? When is the last time? You
Probably
played
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, a week and a half ago, because I've been gone all week.
Okay. Yeah, you've been around, yeah. And you didn't play the acoustic sesh at... you didn't play the last show with him then, huh?
Yeah. I just did Nick songs.
Cool.
So.
Well, cool, man. My first show.
All right, so I won. Here we go.
Perfect.
First show I ever played, I was 14 years old. We had to sell tickets and battle for the chance to record. We thought we were the best. We couldn't wait to play at the Rocket. We'd practice every night, our parents hated it. Blaring our punk rock songs of growing up and being best friends. We never thought that it would come to an end. I guess it did. But I still get the feeling on the back of my neck when I hear what little crowd came to cheer on my band. I get a real job, but I'm too in love with it, thinking about the day of the first show I ever played.
one's there, the door was still closed. Yes, some things never change, regardless of where you go. I just recall seeing the many stairs so narrow. This way to play was eating me inside. All of my friends and family were there for the big night. We hit the stage, I felt my whole world come to life. And I still get the feeling on the back of my neck when I heard what little crowd came to cheer on my band. I get a real job, but I'm too in love with it, thinking about the day of the first show I ever played. And I was out of breath by the first chorus. Didn't matter when I looked out, Dustin was singing it, and I was drenched in sweat. I jumped into the pit. Never wanted those 20 minutes to end. After the show, we heard back the tape. Realized we played the songs at almost twice their rate. Voices cracked, we were off time and way off key. Oh, but I still got the feeling on the back of my neck when I heard what little crowd came to cheer on my band. I had a real job, but I quit that shit back in the day of the first show I played. And I still get the feeling on the back of my neck when I heard what little crowd came to cheer on my band. I get a real job, but I'm too in love with it, thinking about the day of the first show I ever played. The first show I ever played.
Yeah, a little blank ending.
Thanks.
Huh?
That was the first riff I ever made.
Yeah.
Oh, was it? So you had to throw that in there?
Yeah.
That's cool, like a tribute kind of. Very cool, man. The reference to like listening back to it and like twice the rate, that so hits home.
Yeah.
Why do we play our songs so fast live?
Just how it is.
You have to play it quick,
at
don't you?
first. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Oh, we still do it.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, you guys kill it.
Thanks.
It was a
brother.
pleasure having you.
Thanks.
nice.
Getting to know you a little bit more.
Thanks.
Anything
You too,
else you
man.
want to shout out?
You're officially christened into the San Diego music scene.
Thanks.
Yeah, dude.
You've
you came
been-
on Palapalooza, so that's it.
Sweet.
You're part of it, dude.
Thank you.
Of course.
It feels good to finally be home.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess you'll be
Somewhere
staying
I
here.
belong.
Yeah, you'll be staying here for a while, huh? With Nick currently, and you'll figure you live week by week, I guess, huh?
Yeah. I mean, living is not even a thing for me.
Okay.
Yeah, just
That makes sense.
I make
Mike
noise
is-
more than I live.
He's comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Right on.
I don't know
Yeah.
how he does it, but
Choose Spartan.
Yeah.
yeah,
Choose
totally.
Spartan.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
That's
Well, mad respect to you, buddy.
Thanks,
for
man.
everything you're doing, both you guys.
Thank you.
But especially this guy,
Yeah.
more than you, Nick. No,
Oh, I
I'm just
agree.
kidding.
No,
I'm just kidding.
100%
Just, you know,
with you.
like just traveling around and playing your music, dude, and like being on the opposite side of the country, like, and being here on this podcast and making connections and getting your music out there, dude. I have a lot of respect for that. I really
Oh,
do.
dude, there's nowhere else I'd rather be. Like it doesn't
Awesome.
even seem like a grind to me. I should be in snow right now, but I'm looking at
True.
oranges and lemons growing on trees. It's beautiful.
Trampolines and saltwater pools.
Yes.
Yeah.
Birds of paradise.
Yeah, no, it's amazing.
Right on. So your next show together will be our St. Patty's Day show.
Yep.
Is that correct? You're playing bass and you're singing some backups, I assume, right?
Yep.
For Mainsail?
2 weeks. I got some work to do.
Awesome. You got some work to do.
We
Cool.
do.
So check that out. Again, March 16th at the Moreau. Okay, so we got a punk rock weekend coming up here on St. Patty's Day. Wear green, drink green, and celebrate.
And go green.
And go green.
Because that's what
no one cares about that, Nick. It's just drinking green. Yeah, I'm really excited for that show.
Me too. It's going to be awesome.
Cool.
Can't wait.
Right on. Mainsail and Rosedale, possibly, question mark. I like your dad's name, dude. What was it again? Ennio?
Yeah.
I like that as a name.
Yeah.
Include that in the mix. Troy from Palapalooza chose it, folks.
Ennio Jr. There's a funny story to that, too.
Is there?
Yeah.
You want to go into it?
Well, there's this guy who works at, so they're snowbirds. They're in Florida.
Right.
And there's a guy who works at the gym named Scott, and he doesn't like me. So I show up and I'm like, I just want to use the gym for free, but if you're not a member, you got to pay like $10 or whatever. So I just sign in as Ennio, and he comes looking for me. He's like, did you sign in? And I was like, yeah. What's your name? Ennio. He's like, no, I know Ennio. You're not Ennio. And I was like, oh, sorry. Yeah, my dad's name's Ennio too. I'm Ennio Jr. My middle name's Michael though, so they call me Michael. He's like, oh yeah, you got to sign in. He follows me around, and then I'm walking out, and he put a fake $100 bill on the ground, like this cheapo. Let's see if he grabs this $100 bill and turns it in. Of course, I'm not turning in a $100 bill, so I take the 100, and I get home and I see that it says motion picture use only.
It was fake.
It was fake, and I was like, oh well, I'll keep it anyway. Then I'm at a gas station, and I'm just in a rush, and just they're taking forever. They're asking me how tall I am, if I play basketball. At this point, I'm like...
The standard questions
I know I have this fake 100 in my pocket, and this clerk is like drunk or something.
Right.
So sure enough, I got a free tank of gas and $40 out of that.
Did you? Boom!
Yeah, that's illegal, but so is a lot of things.
Yeah. The shit you pull off when you're on the road.
I wasn't thinking of using it. Honestly, I wasn't thinking of using it until that very moment. And I was like, I could definitely get this $60.
I can't believe that actually worked.
Yeah.
I cannot believe
Oh, I knew it was going to work. I was not about to use it in any other place, but I could have just, if I got in trouble, I work in the music industry. Like, someone paid me a fake $100 bill, surprise.
Right.
Always check those bills, people.
Shout out to that gym owner, huh? He hooked you up.
Yeah.
What happened? Did he say, "Hey, you took my fake $100 bill"?
No, like it was in the ground outside. Like, this is the kind of guy he is. So he planted it right on my path to my bike, and
trying to catch you in some sort of a criminal act or something.
Well, first I thought it was $100. When I found it fake, I was like, oh, no kidding. He put that in the ground after I tried to get into the gym for free. And then I just kept it, and I was thinking, "Thank you, Scott. Like, this is wonderful."
What were his intentions, though? Like, you took the bill. Like, what did he do to you?
He probably just thought, he thinks he has a $100 bill, but it's fake,
like a prank.
Yeah.
You need to go back to that guy and let him know that it actually worked for you, and
that
he hooked you up in the end, dude.
He's gonna be like, "What $100 bill? I don't know what you're talking about."
Right. Well, cool. Rosedale, Mainsail. Wish you both the best, Nick. Stoked to have you back,
Troy,
buddy.
Thanks for having me back.
Lanari.
Yeah.
You're the man.
Thank you.
Are you guys good?
We're good.
Yeah.
You want to do another one of yours?
Sure.
Okay, we're rolling. We're set up.
Yeah.
Let's keep going. Fuck it.
When
This
in
will be
Rome.
our first 3-hour episode now.
Yeah.
Are you all tuned up, Nick?
We'll just go all day.
You just have to edit
I'm
out
down
all my
for that.
rambles, and it'll be 2 hours.
Nah, we'll keep it in. The rambles are the best part.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Cool. Take it away, brother.
Okay.
I know what you're playing.
All right. I've written songs I don't ever want to sing, no matter how hard I try. I can't ever get to sleep in the middle of the night. All these thoughts keep haunting me, so shut up, shut up, shut up. I've written songs I don't ever want to sing, no matter how hard I try. I can't ever get to sleep in the middle of the night. All these thoughts keep haunting me, so shut up, shut up, shut up. Someone help me out, I don't want to feel anything. Someone help me now, 'cause I'm going crazy. No matter how far I run, I can't get away from you.
Someone help me out, I'm going crazy. I'm giving up on who I used to be. No matter how hard I tried, I could never break free from all of the lies that are so entangling. I give up, I give up, I give up. I'm giving up on who I used to be. No matter how hard I tried, I could never break free from all of the lies that are so entangling. I give up, I give up, I give up. Someone help me out, I don't wanna feel anything. Someone help me now, 'cause I'm going crazy. No matter how far I run, I can't get away from you. Someone help me out, I'm going crazy. Someone help me out. The silence hurts, but I swear this hurts more. The silence hurts, but I swear this will hurt more. The silence hurts, but I swear this hurts more. The silence hurts, but I swear this will hurt more. You're haunting me with a fake reality. What do you want from me? Sorry, James. I forgot I had to play that solo at the end. I haven't played that in a long time.
If it's not bad in post-production, I'll just turn
I say leave it with all those.
Yeah, fuck
flubs.
it. So The Silence, that's Mainsail's most recent release,
Yes.
correct? Right?
Yep.
2018, something like that? Last year?
I think December.
Or this year? Yeah, late last year.
2017.
A great song as well.
Can't remember.
Love it. Yeah.
Thanks.
You're full of them. You guys are full of good songs.
Yes. Well, I mean, thank you. I appreciate that. I don't know.
Yes, we are. Thank you.
I was so stuck on when the single came out. It was early last year.
Oh, you are? Okay. Yeah.
But
Cool.
thank you.
You're welcome, buddy. Of
This
course.
guy is for sure.
I'm
You both are.
so
Incredible.
bipolar with my own songs. It's crazy.
I hear you.
Some days it's like I love this song. Some days I'm like,
I don't know.
There's a reason why you're not number one.
I feel that,
Right.
but man, I don't feel like you could write a bad song, honestly. Yeah.
Thanks, man.
And this is when
I've
Nick
definitely written some bad songs. Though.
This is when Nick and Mike make out.
Yes.
You guys are good, man. I love you both, and I wish you both the best.
I love you.
Yeah, I love you.
Thank you for having us.
Of
and
course.
Thanks for doing this for everyone, and thanks everyone listening.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a great thing.
You're very
Absolutely.
welcome. I have fun with it, man. It's a good scene right now. I'm stoked to be a part of it. I'm stoked to be playing in an active project here in San Diego.
It looks like you guys love
it's
it.
just fun, dude.
You have so much fun up there.
Yeah, all these guys, all these local guys do, and it's just pouring talent in the scene right now.
Yeah.
So we need as many podcasts as possible, I think.
Yeah.
But cool. See you on the 16th.
Right on. Woo! Can't wait.
1, 2, 3, 4. Palapalooza, Palapalooza. We're talking to you. I'm Palapalooza.